Hi, I'm Wang. I'm a poet, novelist, scholar, photographer, installation artist, and professor emerita of poetry. I've published 14 books, including My Name is Immigrant from Hanging Loose Press, 2020. This book is a song for the plight and pride of immigrants around the globe. As an immigrant myself from China, I feel the plight and sorrow of pulling up our roots to flee wars, rising seas, or drought, for religious freedom and freedom of speech, or simply to seek a better life. I also feel gratitude and pride. Immigrants are the frontiers of civilization. We are a force of nature, like salmon, monarchs, trees, water, and mountains, moving with rivers, earth, and universe. Migration is the signature of life. No immigrants, no economy, no immigration, no civilization, no immigration, no life. We are all immigrants. Please treasure us, not kill us. A bad day for America. Yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did, said Sheriff Baker. First, there was only silence. Then the sheriff said, "It's just a very bad day for the boy." Then it's too early to decide if it's racially motivated. Then it's the spas, the massage parlors, the owner exploiting her own people, the shady business that's just too much for a sex addict. So the boy just wanted to eliminate his temptations. Then the media. It's all Trump's fault. White supremacists, guns, uneducated bigots. As if once all these people are eliminated, there would be no more killing, bigotry, or violence. But before the killing, there's a gun. Before the gun, there's a belief. Before the belief, there's a word. Before the word, there's a thought. Thoughts can kill just as lethally as the gun. Words disguised in hypocrisy spread more hatred and justify more killings. Bigotry sees no color, class, education, race. It lives in all fields coupled with power. No law can shield us. No finger pointing can save us. Only truth and the willingness to tell at any cost. To a nation willing to listen, acknowledge, reflect, remember. So America will no longer convulse daily from a really bad day. The punch came so fast, I had no time to duck or block. It landed on my right temple. His eagle ring split my ear. I felt warm liquid down my neck. I heard him scream, "Whore!" I saw his red eyes. I smelled his vodka. I didn't move. I couldn't. The tall, blonde professor couldn't believe his ears when I declined to date him. "Who do you think you are? What do you think you are?" "Come to my hotel room tonight," said the dean. "I got whiskey for us. Make sure you brush your teeth." I laughed to his face. "Don't ever think you can compare yourself to your colleague," said Provost. "Or your books can equal his essay. You are not good enough, will never be good enough for us." The pain is worse than the ringed fist, the split ear, the broken knee. I started taking karate lessons. I fell and got up and kicked till I earned a black belt. One chair chanted whenever he passed me in the hallway, "You are not a poet. You are fiction, just fiction." One chair ordered, "You can no longer teach poetry," then called me crazy when I reminded him I was hired as a poet. "If you keep arguing with me, it's my duty to commit you to a mental facility, for your paranoid, erratic behavior." One chair told me I must give my poetry capstone class to a young novelist because he's more qualified, even though he's never written a poem, just because. One chair looked me in the eyes. "I never forget whoever, whatever, crosses my path." One chair screamed, "Grow up and stop throwing your tantrums around our place." "You're lucky you got nice tits," said the professor. "Make sure you don't let them grow into watermelons after you give birth, like my ex." "Take a shower," said the dean. Seeing the shock in my eyes, he said he liked his woman clean. I laughed and walked out. "Why are you so out of line, always?" He sat me down on the bench. It was a lovely day. The campus was gilded with light, his blue eyes glinting angrily in the sun. "Do you know how many men pulled me aside, pointing at you, said you are not Chinese, definitely not a Chinese woman?" "Is it because I won't date my colleagues? Or I won't take you back to China?" I asked, laughing. "You don't know your place. You don't accept rules. Mr. Wu asked me to give you this." He handed me a stone chop. "He thinks that's you." I looked at the word carved at the end of the seal. It was Wang, maverick, crazed, stubborn, ruthless, someone who doesn't act like a woman, someone who says no to tall white men, someone called crazy Asian bitch. I laughed. "You suggested it, didn't you? No Chinese would give this to a friend, let alone to a woman, unless they want to kill her." Who are we? What are we in America's eye, heart, and deeds? The first provost pays us the lowest salary, even though we're the most published. The second provost tells us we're the worst teachers, even though students nominate us for the best teaching every year. The third provost sets the trap with students, colleagues, chairs, committees, lawyers, to kick us out, to destroy us forever. Under the tower, the bones of Sim, NK, WP, Zhang, Chen, Lin, and our silent consent, powering the machine, including my own, when my colleagues mocked her accent, scholarship, teaching, not knowing they were preparing the same seal for me, Huang, that sealed my fate, not knowing I was digging my own grave with my own laughter, my own consent. I didn't know my place, refused to accept our lot. Massage parlors, nail salons, maids, nurses, cleaning ladies, maybe elementary teachers, but not professors, not English professors, not teaching poetry, the crown jewel, over 30 years at elite colleges, from New York City to Denver, to Portland, to Iowa, to Minnesota, with English as second language. I didn't know before I crossed the line. I was already nailed as crazy bitch, maverick, cavalier, renegade, liar, paranoia, erratic. I didn't know academia can be just as brutal, as the gunman, that intellectuals are just as eager to pick up their gun just because they had a very bad day. I didn't know until I add up the 1,000 cuts from east to west, from south to Mississippi north, from shore to midland, from academia to academia, where knowledge is taught, belief sold, behavior copied, justified, and sprung into actions, till hatred bleeds into a pen, into a gun, till it's okay to eliminate temptation. That is the yellow peril, red eater, China virus, Asian doll, liar, troublemaker, bitch. As students watch and copy, exercising their white rights as they lift their foot and stomp their military boot on my desk to show the Asian bitch and the class who the boss is, to report her to authorities with lies, to file Title IX for giving them B+, to plagiarize our work and tell us we should be honored, even grateful that our words are worthy of their attention, to defame us on student newspapers, social media, Wikipedia, calling us maggots, fuckaroos, stupid cows, to stalk, send anonymous threats just because they are having a really bad day. He punched my face for talking back to him. I was stunned. What happened to my beloved? Always so gentle, patient, helpful, funny. My handsome American professor, mentor, comrade. Then the second punch. Before it landed, I threw my whole being at him, my body half his size. My thought, I would never let him beat me again, ever. I drew blood from his face. He froze, stunned, the same stunned look in old white eyes when I fight back. He looked at the bloody face in the mirror and cried. I stood behind him, cried with him. We loved each other deeply, but we knew something had broken between us. Some innocence, some illusion, some power balance. I knew he would never punch again.